I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits, Dreams Come True. And in this presentation, we're going to talk about the victor and victim mindset and how to flip the script to take back control. We are all subject to life's inevitable harsh conditions and challenges. It comes to be the weather, culture, gender, stereotypes, or genetic predisposition, to mention a few. Hence, we are all forced with a myriad of impediments. Yet, what differentiates us and the quality of the life that we ultimately lead is our mindset. We are all driven by a mindset. Our mindset is simply a collection of the thoughts and beliefs acquired over time. That shapes our habits and actions. It dictates how we perceive and approach the world around us, how we think, feel, and react to any given situation. Consequently, it determines the kind of result that we attain and how far we go in life. But what happens when some of us have an intently negative reaction and mindset versus those of the typically positive ones? These two types are known as the victim and victor mindsets, and we are exploring them today. So, what are the types of mindset? There are two types of mindset as identified by Carol Dweck, aka Stanford University psychologist, in her book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, How We Can Learn to Fulfill Our Potential. And they are the fixed or victim mindset, the growth or victor mindset. We will explore both shortly. But first, where does our mindset come from? Dweck revealed that these mindsets were implanted to us in a very tender age through process praising or labeling. Dweck and her colleagues found out that labeling a child, whether good or bad, promoted a fixed or victim mindset. That is because it shuts the door for the growth of improvement. For example, children labeled smart or dull were observed to feel helpless, powerless about their fate. They felt like there was nothing that they could do about their condition or end result. Conversely, process praising, which involves educating the child that his or her result is dependent on their effort or lack thereof, gave rise to a sense of control and hope in the child. It was then concluded that over a long period of time, these slight differences in approach determined if the child would sustain a victim mindset or a victor mindset. However, it was also observed that negative life experiences such as betrayal, intense emotional pain, trauma, as well as a history of manipulation led to a victim mindset mentality. The question now is, what exactly is a victim mindset and a victor mindset? So, what does it mean to have a victim mindset or mentality? Psychology today describes the victim personality as they seem self-absorbed, but in a strangely negative way. The world is out to get them. It's not a paranoia, but it can seem delusional with the way that they constantly interpret things as being intentional to harm and punish them. Nothing is ever really their fault because of all the bad things that happen to them, and they aren't responsible for the bad things that they do because they've been through so much and they just are getting some of theirs back. Having a victim mindset or mentality means feeling powerless about the things that happen in your life. A victim mindset is one that is self reinforcing and sabotaging, causing the individual to blame other people, circumstances, or their own inabilities and insufficiency for the unhappiness that they are feeling. They may feel, or rather, they may feel that the world is unjust and unfair to them. As a result, they end up seeking attention, validation, and sympathy from others. Having a victim mindset creates a negative outlook towards life, an outlook of helplessness and lack of control. They may even feel entitled, but lack of self confidence and self efficiency, and it can be hard to overcome. Another way of looking at it is in transactional analysis, we talk about the triangle where you've got the victim on one point, you've got the persecutor on another point, and then on the third point, you've got the rescuer. And in my family, my mother and my sister would rotate between those two and left my sister the victim. And because she didn't know how to speak up for herself, then what happened was now she's so depressed that my mother's gone, she's got no life, and she doesn't know what to do with herself. And she will go and sleep all day because and then she's got sleeping pills because she doesn't sleep at night. And then what happens is sometimes she'll take 2 or 3 sleeping pills. And luckily she does right now have a companion that comes 2 days a week. But what happens if she doesn't on a day when the companion's not coming and she's left there alone? Anything can happen. So remember, how you treat someone can affect them in certain ways, especially if their personality is to be reserved and to internalize it and not learn how to change things and change their mindset. Because when you talk about the laws of attraction, you can change that mindset from that negative into the positive, but you have to want change before that happens. So what does it mean to have a victim mindset mentality? A person with a victim mindset mentality believes that they are in control of what goes on within their life and are fully responsible for the results that emanate. They do not wait for things to accidentally happen, but prepare themselves to achieve the desired goal, because people with the victim mindset believe that they can always do something about their present situation. They are helpful when looking for solutions to their problems. They also commit to their goals until completion, despite the fears and concerns. In other words, they are mostly confident and possess self-efficiency. Why is it better and beneficial to have a victim mindset, and how to change that victim mindset mentality? Victor mindset is considered superior because those who possess it tend to do better in life, or at least can get out of the uncomfortable situations, as they are most likely to seek solutions to their problems. The victim mindset is problematic because victims sit down and lament as their misery adds up. In other words, a victim mindset tends to be a life filled with possibility, while a victim mindset can lead to a limited and negative view of the world. Thankfully, there is a way to overcome this negative mindset, and it involves acceptance, coming to terms with the fact that you have a victim mindset and discovering the different ways that it has limited your life. In the first and most crucial step is in changing it to the inner dialogue, the self-sabotaging inner dialogue, which makes the possessor feel helpless or powerless, or thinks some external factor is responsible for the circumstance, is an enemy that must be exiled from the mind. You must realize that the world does not revolve around you. Hence, the challenges that you are experiencing are not peculiar to you. You must change the internal dialogue from things happening to me to things happening. The liberating thing about this is that you can then go on to seek the solution every other person is already enjoying. You are no longer a victim, but a soon to be victor. Gratitude. People with a victim mentality are seldom grateful since they focus on the things that they do not have or cannot do, while neglecting the things they have and can do. Hence, they are always complaining and giving excuses. By intentionally counting your blessings and focusing on your small victories, you will give yourself a sense of control, hope, and confidence. But religiously practicing gratitude for a prolonged period of time will cause a shift in your outlook on life. You will be able to identify and hop on more opportunities, and the result of this would be more wins and better life altogether. There is a popular saying attributed to Albert Einstein: we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that we used when we created them. The amazing thing about this quote is that it even admits that our problems spring from us, but most importantly, that we can solve them if we can only change our pattern of insights. In the end, it is still within you to control, to create a better life for yourself. So why not do it? And this is what I say, that you have to be aware of what's happening around you and why you react the way you do in certain situations. And I have a 5-day challenge called Change Your Thoughts, Transform Your Life. And on day one, we talk about those subconscious thoughts and their effect on your mental health. On day two, we talk about the toxic relationships and their effects on your mental health. On day three, we talk about the workplace culture and its effect on your mental health and behavior, because how you communicate depends on the behavior pattern you have, and learning to read people helps you to change the way you communicate and the way you treat people. On day four, we talk about changing negative thoughts into positive ones. And on the last day, we talk about and review what we went over and where do we go from here. And you can go to changeyourthoughtschallenge.com/join the challenge to take this 5-day challenge. And I look forward to seeing you there.